my gosh. 0-5. Yes, we are 0-5. Did not see this happen. I thought we were going to win this game against the Colts and be 1-4 or something like that. But we have dropped donuts in the W column. And really disappointing to see. Really disappointing to say. But it happens, and what have you. So there's a lot to take away from this game, I guess you can say. But before I get that started, am I disappointed that we're 0-5? Yes and no. No, in the sense that there are two other teams part of the 0-5 squad. They are the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, they are trying to do something to get well, I guess you could say. I mean, they've been pretty bad for the past couple of years, and Hugh Jackson's trying to turn his team around, but he's having a hard time, so hopefully they could do something with that in a couple of years. But the New York Giants, very, very disappointing to say. Oh my gosh. I mean, Odell Beckham got an ankle injury, so hopefully he can heal up and get better eventually and go for a good contract, I guess you can say, contract extension. But the Giants are in big trouble right now. If he's going to be out for the season after this video, I don't know. But if he's going to be out, then it's going to be really tough for the Giants. I mean, they're going to have a pretty anemic offense, and they have a very terrible running game right now. So what can you do? But anyways, don't want to talk about the Giants right now. I want to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. And right now, 0-5 against the Indianapolis Colts. Did not see this happening, but let's just take away some stuff. So the main idea that I got away from this game was the 49ers cannot finish games at all. I think that's the biggest story between everyone in San Francisco, I guess you can say, is that they're looking like the LA Chokers, I guess you can say, because, oh my gosh, I mean, really close to winning the games, but then ended up losing in overtime or really at the end of the last second in the fourth quarter, what have you. I mean, you can look at the Seattle Seahawks, you can look at the game against the Rams. Well, they kind of got BS, but that Trent Taylor call, that was really ticky-tacky in my opinion, and the Arizona Cardinals couldn't finish that game off, and the one against the Colts just now can't finish that game off as well. So really disappointing to say, really disappointing to see, and I think a lot of Niner fans are very upset, I guess you can say, and I don't blame them if they're upset for being 0-5, but Niner fans, please be cautioned. I mean, this is a rebuilding season. I know we want to win games. I want to win games as well. People are saying tank the season. I don't want to tank the season. I'm not a big fan of tanking, but I mean, if you just try your best and try to do whatever, then good stuff will happen in the future. But right now, I don't know. I mean, just a rebuilding season, so I got to try to take it with a grain of salt and what have you. I don't want to get too upset like last year with Chip Kelly and what have you. But, I mean, he ended up getting fired, but I don't think Kyle Shanahan's getting fired anytime soon. I just don't know why Kyle Shanahan keeps starting Brian Hoyer, in my opinion. I mean, I like Brian Hoyer, I guess you could say, somewhat. I mean, he has some good flashes of greatness, but at the same time, he's very inconsistent, can't get off to a good start and what have you, and he's been really struggling in the first and second quarters. We need to get something going on during that first half and what have you to have a good second half. I mean, he's having good second halves, but it's a little too late in my opinion, and I don't know if it's time to start CJ Beathard in favor of Brian Hoyer, but I can't really make that call. Kyle Shanahan keeps insisting to start Brian Hoyer, but can't really do anything about that, and it's up to the coach's decision to do that and what have you. And I guess we'll see what happens this Sunday against the Redskins if he's going to bench him, but I really don't think so. So I'm going to assume Brian Hoyer's going to be the starting quarterback for the 49ers. The running game against the Colts, very disappointing to say the least, I would say. I mean, Carlos Hyde, I think he only had like 18 yards or something like that. I mean, it was just, oh man, I've never seen that kind of play from Carlos Hyde. It's really unusual, but I don't know. I can't really do anything about that. Matt Breida, he was the guy with that hot hand, I guess you could say, according to Kyle Shanahan. And I guess he was kind of okay, so can't be really too disappointed with the flashes he showed as a rookie and what have you. And wide receivers, kind of okay. I guess you could say dropped some easy passes, but what can you do about that? But George Kittle, the tight end, is the man for the 49ers. I guess you could say MVP. Well, I wouldn't really say MVP if you lost, but I mean, if there was, I mean, George Kittle had a really good game, was able to click with Brian Hoyer, so I'm really excited to see what he can do in the future. I think he had like 7 receptions for 80 plus yards in a touchdown, so that's really good to see. Defensively, it was kind of okay, I guess you can say. I mean, they did stop Jacoby Brissett in the first half, but then they started running a little too wild, I guess you could say. And T.Y. Hilton, I think, had like 7 receptions for 177 yards, something ridiculous like that. It was just, wow, he had a really good game, so congrats to him. And Frank Gore, he had an okay game as well, so Mr. Frank Gore in San Francisco, how you doing? But anyways, Ray-Ray Armstrong, he had a really good game, I guess you could say, in the end, in overtime when he had that interception. That was fantastic, trying to open up a field goal. That's all you have to do, just get into field goal range, give it to Robbie Gould, and he will kick it in, but that did not happen. That was very unfortunate. I wish the 49ers could execute the game. I wish the 49ers can win this game against the Colts. To be 1-4. It's better than being 0-5, but what can I do? And hopefully the 49ers, I mean, a couple of games, they can fix this whole inconsistency problems and being the chokers that they are right now, because, I mean, technically they are chokers, I guess you could say. After 4 games, I think that's enough sample size to call the 49ers chokers this season. And they've only lost by a margin of like 11 points out of the 4 games from Seattle to Indianapolis. And it's really disappointing to say, but I'm trying to be patient just because it's Kyle Shanahan's first season John Lynch's first season, and I can't really expect anything this season. Hopefully they can get a win against the Washington Redskins, but I'll have a prediction about that tomorrow. So before I end this video, I'm going to be talking about Brian Hoyer for a second. I'm going to have a card section right there if you want to do a poll. I want to do to see what you guys have to say about Brian Hoyer. Do you think he do a poll? I want to do to see what you guys have to say about Brian Hoyer. Do you think he should be benched, or do you think they should start him for the future this season? And just let me know in the card section right there, and put in the comments below if you want to show your grievances against Brian Hoyer and what have you. So I think that's going to be pretty much it. You guys, please let me know what your takeaway was for the 49ers and Colts game, Brian Hoyer and what have you. Any other players you want to talk about, please put it down in the comments below. I will respond to most comments. And if you guys like this, please like, subscribe, do whatever you want with this. And I will catch you guys up tomorrow when I talk about the 49ers and Redskins game. So I'll see y'all then. I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye, guys.